Hey guys, welcome to Sporting. Today we're covering why the 12-team college football playoff is a horrible idea. Let's jump right into it. As you've likely heard by now, there appears to be significant momentum towards moving toward a 12-team college football playoff. CFP's Board of Managers may make a decision as soon as June 22nd, and potential change would take effect for the 2023 football season. Here's how ESPN describes the proposal. Under the 12-team format proposed by CFP subcommittee, the bracket would include 6 highest-ranked conference champions and the next 6 highest-ranked teams as determined by the CFP selection committee. There would be no limit on the number of participants from a conference, and no league would qualify automatically. Teams like LSU and Georgia, who can't get past the elite team from the SEC, Alabama, seem to be most pleased with the proposal. The 12-team field would likely be heavily stocked with upper-middle-class SEC teams like Georgia, Florida, LSU, Auburn, and Texas A&M. They, along with the Pac-12, appear to be the biggest beneficiaries from the proposed system. Conversely, college football's 4 elite teams, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Oklahoma, are the most negatively impacted. Every college football playoff since 2014 has had 3 of those 4 teams. Now those teams will have to play at least 1 extra game before reaching the Final Four. While there are many downsides, there are at least a few big benefits. Number 1, the system only gives the top 4 seeds the conference champions. That means Notre Dame would be locked out of receiving a bye. Perhaps stacking on top of the ACC TV money they're giving up the remaining independent would finally push them to join the conference. Number 2, the fact that unlike an 8-team playoff, a 12-team model includes bye weeks helps prevent regular season games from becoming meaningless. Earning a bye will be the focus for the elite teams, while the others are focused on cracking the field of 12. Number 3, the first round games will be played on campus rather than at both sites. While this doesn't mean an extra home game for Clemson, they would have earned a bye in each of the past 6 seasons. It adds value to regular season games for teams fighting for seeding between 5th and 12th. Playing the first round game at home will be a big advantage. 4, bowl season used to be the best postseason in sports. A trip to the Sugar Bowl meant a great season was being rewarded. The Rose Bowl Classic had a special meaning to it. I remember traveling to the Gator Bowl in Dabo's interim season and feeling like the outcome carried some weight. That's long past as even formerly huge bowls like the Orange Bowl are sometimes relegated to mere scrimmages. Florida was blasted by OU last year, while seemingly half their team opted out. A 12-team playoff would provide a broader, meaningful postseason, now that 14 playoffs and focus on the NFL draft has largely ruined the bowl season. That segues us into the downsides, and these are both numerous and profound. Number 1, Coach Saban correctly predicted the 4-team playoffs, and more specifically the media's myopic obsession with it, would hurt the bowl system. It has, but a playoff expansion would be the final straw. College Bowl pick'em will be dead, traditions will fade, that's sad. 2, the scenarios for conference championship game losers are a bit ridiculous. On one hand, if they drop out of the top 12 with a loss, they would be better off not qualifying. They shouldn't be punished for winning their division. What if they're securely in the top 12, but have to play an elite team for the conference championship? Can they opt out? It becomes even more ridiculous if they pull an upset and make the playoffs as a 5-12 seed. They'd then have to play as many as 3 playoff games. That's 4 total postseason games on top of a 12-team schedule. Is that a reasonable ask of student athletes with classes and finals? Alex Kraft was right when he said conference championships would have to go. 3, unfortunately, it is always about money for TV executives, not the overall well-being of the sport and committees where it's played. That means conference championships would likely stay a while, regular season games would have to go. For the ACC, that would likely mean an 8+3 model. Perhaps that leads to fewer Clemson versus UConn type games, but also likely means fewer Clemson versus Texas A&M type games. The Big Ten already had a 9+3 model, so that they have to drop a conference game. In total, this would result in less quality college football content over the course of the year. 4, if you think the myopic focus on the current playoff system is bad, imagine how it'll be when it's expanded. Teams without hope of making the playoffs really have nothing to play for. They already devalued trips to bowl games will be rendered even less worthwhile. Would fans of teams that are 5-4 have any reason to watch the remainder of the season? Who cares about a bowl invite if they still even exist? But injuries and randomness will play a larger role. To end with solutions rather than criticism, here are 2 solutions that would vastly better in a 12-team proposal. Start a second playoff for the group of 5 conferences. Another 4-game playoff would yield exciting, watchable games that far exceed the current bowl structure. Cincinnati playing Coastal Carolina for a group of 5 championship would be far better than watching one of them lose to a 2-loss SEC team in the first round. Number 2, expand the current field to 6 teams. The top 4 seeds would be reserved for conference championships. The top 2 would receive a bye, and the next 2 would get home field advantage in the first round. This system would help ensure geographic diversity while enhancing the value of winning your conference. To the powers that be, I earnestly ask, instead of jumping to a 12-team playoff, can we consider a 6-team approach with an accompanying playoff for the G5 schools? Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching.